I think it's going to let me start recording. So whenever you are ready, my name is Trina with Run Radio, and I've got two special people joining me today. You're with a nonprofit called If I Need Help. So please tell me more about what you're doing for the community.
Hi, thanks for having us. Our son Jay has moderate severe autism, and he was lost in the past. So we created wearable IDs. And from there, we created a nonprofit, and we have a lot of different ways to wear your information and identification.
And just so everybody knows, you are Bruce and Erin Wilson, and you guys saw this need that could be fulfilled and just dove right in, or did it take a while to come to fruition?
Well, since it's we have a website that took a long time to develop, that's Bruce's headache. But no, it didn't. We create the concept very quickly. We use QR codes that link to people's personal profiles that can be updated in real time. And so, but then as we talk to more families throughout the past decade of creating this, we've added more functionalities and more ways to wear it because we hear other people's ideas and what their needs are.
Yeah, we started with like 6 members, and now we've got 26,000. So we were up and running at the beginning, and then we're continually improving our service and our products and stuff like that.
Okay, so tell me about the kinds of products someone could come to you if they said, hey, my son or my mother wanders off all the time. What can you do to help me?
We have our biggest thing that people like is the custom shoe tags and the bracelets, and they are designed to be soft for people who have more delicate. The elderly people have more delicate skin, and
if somebody tries to chew it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we've also added new functions like the emergency Q&A, where people can fill that in and keep it with them. And those are the questions that a police officer would ask during an emergency or a critical missing. So, we found out people are too frantic during an emergency to think clearly and to answer it precisely. So they can do this beforehand and to have everything right there and print it out and just show it to them.
Or emailed, yeah.
Yes. So it is, all the information is just held in that QR code, and that gets scanned by just anybody?
Well, there's actually 3 parts to our free registry. One is the part that we call the public profile, which is what people would see if it were scanned.
Okay.
And families put only what they want a finder to know. And that can range from just the telephone number and no name to a name and the grandparents' names and the great-grandparents' names. So, people do all kinds of stuff with that. And then there's a second part that's strictly confidential. We don't have access to that ourselves. Called the emergency question and answers that Erin was talking about, that have the details like a policeman would ask during a critical missing at your door. And so those are 2 parts, and the third part is a neighbor alert. So you can basically create and print out a poster and give it to the neighbors so that they know that, oh, that kid running down the street's probably my neighbor's son that has autism and doesn't wear clothes when he runs down the street. So it would give the neighbors a heads up.
Okay. And it also, I guess, could inform like police or any rescue that comes on the scene of certain issues that individual might have.
Absolutely.
Very good. Now, where can folks go to find out more about your product?
Yeah, our website is ifineedhelp.org, and it's a free membership. So all the things we were just talking about, they can just go in and do the free sign up, and then they have the account and they can do those things. And they can even print out their own code that links to their profile.
Okay.
And tape it to things, laminate it. People are doing all kinds of creative little projects with it.
Oh, neat. What are some that you've seen are most creative?
They've used it as a transfer to put on a shirt. We sell patches, but they wanted to put it on their own shirt that way, and also onto cars. So if they're in a car accident, their information's right there. So they tape it to the.
Have you been able to get the word out to reach across the US and beyond with your product and let people know?
Yes, we have members in every state and internationally. We have quite a few in Europe, in England, in Australia and Canada,
Yeah.
mainly.
Yeah, and that's a continual process. There's way more people that don't know who we are than that do know who we are, but our parents know us, and that's good.
That's great. What are some of the success stories that you've heard where you're like, man, I'm glad we've figured this out. This has been a great thing. Have you
Well, we
got to hear some of those stories?
yeah, we have quite a few, and most of them we never hear about unless we'll do like a presentation in front of a group, and then somebody in the audience will say, like, there's one lady who's actually on our board now, and she her son is totally verbal, but he was at a Walmart or someplace like that, and he didn't want to be found, and so he hid from her, and he was hiding like underneath all the clothes or something like that.
No, he was
And-
over in the toys.
Oh, the toys.
You
and-
kidding me?
and so he someone found him and
Scanned
scanned his
him.
device, and now his mom is on our board of directors. So the store was in lockdown and all that kind of thing. And we have a lot of stories like that, but a lot of times, people will tell us, they won't even think to tell us. It'll just be, we'll be talking to them 6 months later about something else, and they'll just happen to bring it up, and we'll be like, come on.
Yeah, we want to know about that.
Yeah, because that gives you
Yeah.
the goosebumps. Most of it's just like, oh, I'm working on a new page on the website, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you hear about someone's life being impacted in a very positive way, because most of the stories we've heard, the people get returned so quickly that they didn't even know they're missing. And, that's not everybody, but those are the majority of them.
Uh-huh.
So, that's our feel good goosebumpy moments.
Yeah, and I wanted to share with you, we have a connection in your region
Yeah.
with the Kansas City Police.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working with Officer Kenovi, and he's a special needs dad, and Major Deichler, who's way up in the force, and we've given them or sold them a whole bunch of custom shoe tags. I think are they custom?
I don't recall at the
yeah,
second, but
well-
they're giving it out through the police department to the community.
Yeah, at
Oh,
events.
neat.
Yeah.
And we're about to give them some QR code stickers and stuff like that. But they're really excited about it, and they did like one event and it went really well, and then the last COVID lockdown happened.
Yeah.
So, it's like, hurry up to slow down.
Yeah.
So I need to reach out to him and find out what their next thing is. But they're pretty excited about the program.
How can the community be helping you?
Well, it depends on the state and stuff. So like in California, for instance, we're a vendor for the whole state, and we've been approved for about half of it, each. But since we're for the whole state, the rest could approve us
Through regional
yeah.
centers.
And at the beginning we were like one little section, and Erin and I would go to an event there, but now we're going to need teams. We're going to need 20 teams throughout California.
Oh, wow.
So we need volunteers. We're going to need some part-time employees. We're going to need translators. Right now, we might not have the funding for all of it, but we need to start ramping that up. So people can reach out to us and see if there's volunteer or some, part-time work.
And we have other regions too, the northeastern part of Massachusetts through the DDS. We have a program with them where they're giving out safety kits too.
Yeah, there's one in
And
Oregon.
So
through,
that's up in Oregon. I think Tennessee, we have through their
Yeah,
DDS. So
and there's like various hospitals in Indiana, and
Yeah.
we're just scattered all over the place.
So probably in the state that you're in, you could inquire through the department that services you if you could request a safety kit, and we could create an agreement with them.
Yeah, and people can actually go to our website, and there's it's a free sign up for everybody, and they could print out their own code and use our benefits and stuff like that. But they could also create an account. It says additional funding agencies when you sign up, and so they could click on a button and it says something like add your company or something like that. Those aren't the exact words, but you can in your area, if DDS, for your DDS, you could put additional funding companies and then add their caseworker. And
Their
then,
email
yeah,
address.
they can request a safety kit from us, and their caseworker would get the request, and then they could call up their caseworker and say, you should have gotten this from, a request for a safety kit from If I Need Help. Please call them and supply this or whatever. And then, theoretically, the caseworker could talk to their manager, and their manager could call us and say, we'd like to add you as a vendor to help all the people in our state. Oh, there's our
Here's our
son.
guy. Okay, Jake, you're gonna say hi.
We
real
get a
quick?
hello.
You got to put your
Hi. Hey.
No.
That's our delicate little son.
But just meek and mild, huh?
Yeah. It's like he's like a bullet of China cabinet.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
slamming and stomping and jumping.
Wearing everybody out, huh? If you haven't been in touch with Arc of the Ozarks, I encourage you to. They do a lot for folks like your son, and I think that would be a great connection. We'll see if we can get you connected if you're not already. What else do you want people to know, or anything you want to share before we close?
Well, do you have a contact over there? That
Yeah,
you can-
I'll get that to you after we close. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Before we close, we love you all our fans.
Lord.
My God.
No, that is great. I think you're doing a wonderful thing, and it takes courage to go ahead and share an idea. And I know there's a lot of what feels like thankless work that goes on behind the scenes, but what you're doing is amazing. And like you said, you're helping people in ways that you'll probably never know, because once they get over that initial shock of that moment, they're just relieved that they can go on with their life. So thank you for being selfless in that aspect and helping people out.
Thank you so
Thank
much for having us
you.
on.
Yep. Have a great day.
Oh,
You
you
too.
too.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.